It is really tough being a professional tennis player because you have to, in large part, deal with coordinating your own travel, airfare, to and from airports, accommodation, hotels, Airbnbs, without having any idea how long you may be in a particular city, because it depends entirely on how long you last in a tournament. Even to getting to the site of the tournament, day in and day out, as you go to practice, as you go for matches, singles, doubles, both. And that cumulative strain on the players, mentally, physically, financially, is incredible. And it is something unlike what players deal with in any other sport. It is borne entirely by the players. It is a week-to-week issue throughout the entire year. And it is incredibly difficult. It would be incredibly difficult for 40 and 50-year-old professionals who are consultants and lawyers and attorneys to deal with this. Most of those people who travel don't travel as much or as far, and certainly don't have the physical strain that professional tennis players do. And yet they all have companies that coordinate this travel for them. And in other professional sports, they have teams and leagues, and even in golf, the amount of travel, where they're traveling, how to accommodate the players in any certain tournament is handled by others, or it is more logically handled in a way to reduce or eliminate that strain on the players. One of the examples of the, frankly, difficulties and ironies of players navigating travel issues on tour was featured in an episode of Breakpoint, and Ayla Tomljanovic was dealing with the fact that she was winning at the US Open. And so most players have to make an educated guess when they book their hotels as to how long they may or may not be in a particular city. And so obviously you could overshoot that and book a longer stay and then lose earlier than you thought or hoped or planned, and then have to eat the cost or try to cancel after the fact. Or you book a shorter term and then you have to deal with the fact, which is a good problem to have, but still a problem, where you are winning and staying longer than you have anticipated in a city, and then having to either extend that stay or worse, have to switch hotels in the middle of your work week, frankly. And think about the unplanned and unexpected and frankly unnecessary strain that adds to a player who that pressure only builds as they go on in a tournament, and it only increases. And then to have to, on top of that, even think for a minute of, well, wait, where am I gonna sleep tonight? Where am I gonna be? How much is that gonna cost? Is frankly astonishing, because it really should be something that is completely out of the player's mind and that they don't have to worry about. And yet here we are with players having to deal with it, very publicly having to deal with it. To the players on travel and accommodations, we are working on your behalf. Know that athletes in other sports do not have to deal with it the way you do. And what can we bring? What can we learn from other sports and collectively, so that as an individual, it is a very difficult thing to try to address this. But as a group of players and players alone, being able to build out programs and discounts and even a concierge service, whatever ideas you may have, bring them to us, because we're committed to working on this only for you, by you, because we are your organization. We exist to work for you.